Oh, when the blues go marching in. Oh, when the blues go marching in. Oh, I want to be in that number when the blues go marching.
Aloha blues fans, and welcome to the Hawaii Blues Fan Show. I'm your host, Allington. Normally it's the Hawaii Blues Fan, but our plays made him so sick he just couldn't be here. He couldn't host the show that is by fans, for the fans, and most definitely about you, the fans. Why? Because today, Allington is bleeding blue with you. Got a pretty good show for you today. We did an interview, well, the Hawaii Blues Fan did an interview with Hockey Bob. That should be fun to watch. We're going to talk about that, the tough loss against the Kings. Then the Blues go duck hunting in Anaheim with the All-Star break coming. About the fan, I have a father and daughter, and I got my first fan cave. Well, we got our first fan cave. Gonna be a packed show, gonna be a fun show. Hope you're gonna stay tuned and see what we got for you. But before we get started, I want to say today I was talking to Scott Anderson, Layla's father. I know that she's having a tough time with the chemo, and on Thursday she's going to have her transplant. Layla, I want you to know that the Hawaii Blues Fan and all the Hawaii Blues Fans clan is thinking about you. We got you in our thoughts, and as soon as you feel better, let me know, because I'd love to do a video interview with you and talk to you for a couple minutes just to let you know that we all care for you. All right? And then, how many of you know Jillian Fisher? She does the hockey videos on Twitter. She did mid-season reports, and she did one for the Blues. I've got permission to show that a little bit later. That should be fun to see. You know what? The Hawaii Blues Fan Show is a neat show. I know he enjoys doing it, but today you're going to let Allington take over. Why? Because not only are we bleeding blue at you, we see it. What was that? Was that a puck that just got by me? Huh? I don't think so. But, damn. I hope I'm getting those pucks. Because we are bleeding blue at you. And now it's time to be all for the fan and talk about that loss against the Kings. But before we get on to the Kings, you know, the way you keep the Hawaii Blues Fan Show on the air is first, you got to subscribe to the Hawaii Blues Fan channel on YouTube. And then make sure you ring the bell. Ringing the bell, you get the notifications when the Hawaii Blues Fan Show is coming. And then let everyone know how good the show is. Put that like on there on YouTube. Thumbs up. Let everybody know that you like it. The more likes, the more people are going to watch. And that'll keep the Hawaii Blues Fan Show coming your way. Now let's get on to the Kings. Well, our Blues went into LA to face the Kings at Staples Center on Martin Luther King Day. I mean, the Kings have the worst record in the league, or at least the worst record in the Western Conference. They were reeling. They just got beat pretty bad by the Avalanche. And the Blues were coming off a pretty good win against Ottawa. Well, you know what happened. I'm going to take a few minutes and do a breakdown of that game. We'll go over the couple of Bennington's lucky save. A couple of the goals and things like that. And then we'll move right along. Here's the breakdown. The Blues are taking on the Kings at the Staples Center in LA. Early in the game, the Kings are on a rush. The Blues have 5 guys basically covering 2 Kings. That leaves 2 Kings free. One is near the net. Puck comes off the boards. He slaps it. It hits Bennington in the back. And the announcer yells goal. Well, when you originally look at it, that's what you thought too. But now in the overhead, you can see as the puck comes off the boards, it then is shot into Bennington's back, from Bennington's back, it hits the goal post and then falls straight down. To me, this is the difference between Bennington and Allen, in that Allen's mistakes go in the net and Bennington's don't. And this is also indicative of later play by the Kings. This is another save by Bennington and is also another point of his luck. This puck hits his stick. I mean, Allen, that puck misses his stick, completely goes in the net. Bennington sticks in the right spot, no goal. 2 of the 3 Blues goals came off of the faceoff. Here, Bozak loses the faceoff, but Barbashev fights in the corner, gets the puck to Dunn at the blue line. Dunn makes a one-timer / slap shot. It creates a rebound. McEachran, who's right at the top of the crease, is able to get his stick down and just tap the puck in with the King on him and still score his very first NHL goal. Congratulations, McEachran.
This is the Blues' second goal, also off the faceoff. The Blues tie up the faceoff, eventually win it, and chip it ahead. Barbashev, using his speed, collects the puck just in front of the red line, chips it ahead to the offensive blue line, and creates a 2-on-1 with Sundqvist. He races down the right-hand side. Sundqvist comes down center ice. All Barbashev has to do now is chip it over to Sundqvist, and it's Sundqvist's job to just take his stick out and poke it into the net, and that's exactly what he does. Wonderful play from start to finish. Good job on the Blues. Good job on both Barbashev and Sundqvist for using their speed through the neutral zone. Now, just 12 seconds after the Blues score, the Kings have the puck in their offensive zone. The Blues are giving way too much credit. They have 5 Blues covering 3. Well, when you do that, you're leaving someone open. And that's exactly what happens. The Blues converse. Man sitting right by the side of the net. Perfect pass. Wide open. Nothing Bennington could do. This is the same as I talked about a little bit earlier on the one save that went off his back. Same play. This time, though, it's a goal. The Blues allowed a couple of 5-on-3s, which caused the second goal. This is the third goal. Here, Pietrangelo has the puck, but he lazily plays it through the neutral zone. He loses the puck to the Kings defenseman. Now, with Pietrangelo behind the play, the Kings create their own 2-on-1. Gunnarson's there, but there's nothing he can do. He tries to block the puck. He doesn't get down soon enough. Give and go. 3-2 Kings. Now with the Blues on the power play, O'Reilly shows why he's been the best player on the Blues all year. He passes the puck up to Tereshchenko. Tereshchenko passes the puck over to Pietrangelo. Pietrangelo sends the puck back to Tereshchenko. Tereshchenko sends the puck down to O'Reilly. The Kings have done what the Blues have done in the past. They have left O'Reilly wide open. He skates in, tough angle, just puts it over the stick, over the glove, in the net. Goal, O'Reilly. O'Reilly. So on the game-winning goal, you can see there are 5 Blues basically covering 3 Kings. They leave the Duke all alone. Perfect pass to him. All he's got to do is find the hole, which he does. Bennington really doesn't have a chance. This is a breakdown in defense. Kings win. The Blues played well against the Kings. 36 shots to 29. They won majority of the faceoffs. Only allowed 1 goal with all those 5-on-3s. However, when it comes down to it, the defensive breakdowns were just way too much for young Bennington to handle. And the Blues lose 4-3 to the lowly Kings.
So now the Blues are going to take a short bus ride from the Staples Center to Anaheim, about 20-25 miles, and face the Ducks. Now the Ducks are actually only 1 point out of a playoff spot, but boy, have they forgotten to play hockey lately. They're 2-5-3 in their last 10, and part of that is a 12-game losing streak. Now their points leaders are Silverberg in goals, Getzloff and assist in points. They can be a good team at home. The Blues, who have O'Reilly leading all categories, need to be that puck control team. They need to come out fast and control the puck. O'Reilly has done a fantastic job this season. Great on faceoffs. He needs to keep that up, keep winning the faceoffs, puck control. The Blues need to, and then neutral zone. Neutral zone, neutral zone, neutral zone. Stop them from coming through it and get through it better. Once we start doing that, the Blues are going to start winning some games. Now, prediction time. Well, guess I'm going to go, I picked the loss last time and the Blues lost. I don't know, I'm feeling a little different today. I think that the Blues are going to come through this with that urgency that they need. Doesn't matter who's in net. I think that I'm going to give this one a Blues win. Yes, I said a win. 5-3. 5-3, Blues win. Now, before we move on, I talked about Jillian Fisher. Jillian does these great videos on Twitter. At least that's where I've seen them. She might be on YouTube too. I think she is a YouTube star. And she wears different shirts or jerseys and does different things. She did one if every team had a banner, and it was pretty neat. Well, she did a mid-season report, and I sent a message to her and asked her if I could use it, and she said absolutely. So it's about 2 minutes long. I think you might enjoy it, and after it's done, I'm going to say something. So here's Jillian.
Good morning, everyone. Thank you for coming in. As you may be aware, we're doing mid-season report cards today. Before we get started, does anyone have any questions? Would it help my review if I gave you Petrangelo? That's not how this works. You can't trade players to me. This explains so much. Wait, did we used to do these? No, but we decided to keep a closer eye on teams, especially after last year's expansion draft. So in other words, because Chicago forgot what a no movement clause meant, hey, we've since stopped handing those out like candy. All right, guys, enough of this horse shit. Let's get down to business. Nashville, A-. And we're just getting healthy again. Very true. And also with an A- is Winnipeg. That's not a surprise. It's just Chicago and St. Louis bringing down this division. Well, it's about time you start pulling your weight in this division. Yeah, I'm even open to offers for Tarasenko. You don't have a team if Tarasenko leaves. Oh shit, I forgot you were in this division. They just exited the playoff race a bit earlier than you're trying to do right now. You know that all of us are still in the playoff race, right? That's only because Anaheim forgot how to play hockey. Yeah, because getting in by default because the Pacific only has 3 teams is how you want to make the playoffs. Let's be serious. Y'all are just speed bumps for us. Okay, back to the review. Yeah, you better hurry up before Colorado actually drops out of the race. Screw you guys. I don't have to listen to this. Colorado, get back in that seat. Fine. All right, we're going to do the next 3 real quick. Minnesota, C-, Colorado, C, Dallas, C+. Wait, how is Dallas better than us? Well, we have more than 3 people that can score for starters. But do you really? Let's be serious. You're all playing for Minnesota's playoff participant banner this year. Just wait until we get Dumba back. You know that's probably not going to help as much as you think, right? Certainly won't hurt. Guys, this is just a mid-season report card, not a playoff discussion. We just have 2 teams left to get to. And to nobody's surprise, Chicago and St. Louis both get Fs. Yep, we knew that was coming. Does anybody want anything from this team? Shen? O'Reilly? Anybody? Again, this is a mid-season report card, not an auction block for your team. Besides, all you have to do is call Edmonton. All right, guys, unless there are any other questions, that's a wrap. Thank you so much for your time. And Nashville, on your way out, can you please send the Metro in?
Really, Jillian? An F? I mean, come on. They've had a tough season, but I don't think it's been that much of a failure. They're moving along. They've had goalie issues, defensive issues, scoring issues. But they're only a couple points out of the playoffs. And if other teams need to be bad, they need to be bad. But I would have said a D+. I don't think they're enough. The Blackhawks, I agreed, are enough, but the Blues aren't. And then trying to trade everybody. Come on. They're not trying to trade everybody. At least I don't think they are. I think it's a lot of rumors out there. But we shall see. That's my opinion. Jillian, thank you for letting me use your videos. I hope you'll watch mine, Jillian, and give me a little bit of a thumbs up. I appreciate it. So, from being for the fan, I guess now we need to talk about the fan. Well, this is Allington. I'm having a great time, and now the Hawaii Blues Fan Show Blues fan says he always enjoys this part of the show. Got to agree with him about the fan. Today we have a father and daughter, Bruce and Stephanie Brodsky. Bruce and Stephanie are new season ticket holders, but they are Blues fans through and through. I got to meet Stephanie at my birthday party and at a couple of the games I was at. She's a great lady, big Blues fan. Her father decided that they were going to get a 12-pack this year. Been going to the games, has taught Stephanie how to love the Blues. Bruce and Stephanie, I want to thank you for being fans of me, and I want to really say thank you for being my fans of the game. And with that, when I mentioned the fan caves, while I was in St. Louis, Stephanie said, "Oh man, I got to show you my little area." So Stephanie, you are the honor of, and remember the first fan cave, the one that inspired this was Minter Family Arena. Can't thank him enough for letting me film the show there. But the fan cave of this week, before the All-Star break, and my first one, is this Stephanie Brodsky's area. This has got some of her memorabilia in it, pucks, rally towels, jerseys, just, you know, it doesn't take much. This is her shrine in her apartment, and Stephanie, I am more than glad to let you have the fan cave of the week. Well, I touted it earlier, and I guess it's time. I sat down with Hockey Bob again for about 10 minutes, and we talked about the games and some of the things in the groups. Yes, I understand that Bob can be a polarizing figure, but sometimes that's a good thing. I appreciate talking to Bob. Me and him have an understanding. We're going to be able to do this more often. I mean, if you like him, give me the hashtag Hockey Bob. If you don't get him, give me the hashtag Boo Hockey Bob. Let's see what you think of Hockey Bob. Well, aloha Hockey Bob, and welcome back to the Hawaii Blues Fan Show.
What up, Guy? How are you?
I am doing good. Been a little bit since we've had a chance to get together, so we got some things to talk about. So, one of the first things I want to bring up is something that happened in the groups. You had mentioned that you had been muted twice, and you were upset about it. So I reached out to Johnny Hirschberger, who's the, and I'm probably saying his last name wrong, who's the admin of the group, and Johnny had said that he had muted you for calling people names, and that the reason that Johnny can't send anything to you is because you have him blocked.
Okay, well, and the reason I have him blocked is because he's berated me more than 3 times, and I don't tolerate that kind of stuff. So, in my opinion, he's not a very good administrator. If he's treating me the same way that he tells people not to treat people,
okay,
that's not good at all.
You know what? I'm not going to cast any judgment. I'm just
okay
relaying the information that happened.
I appreciate that.
What we're going to do here, Bob, we're going to talk a little bit about the Ottawa game. I asked you to watch my breakdown of it. I'm just going to throw it out. What did you think of the breakdown of the Ottawa game?
I thought it was a good breakdown. I thought it was good.
Okay. So one of the things that I did is that first goal against the Blues, I really was heavy on the defense. I pointed out to where they let Ottawa through the zone very easily, that they never covered the guys, and that at one point it was 5-on-1. But at the same time, I faulted Bennington for the goal because it was a 5-hole goal. Do you agree or disagree with me on that?
I guess, yeah. I mean, like I said, like I tell people all the time, I don't criticize athletes because they do things on their worst days that I can't dream about doing on my best days. So in my world, I have no place to criticize anybody like that. That's just the way it is.
You know, I do get that, but at the same time, I think we as Blues fans, what we see, we have a, I guess might be the right word, but we have an opportunity to discuss or to debate what we feel is happening on the ice.
Okay, that makes sense.
Okay. So another thing that I did is I also showed a video of Alexander Steen, a interview that he did on the 9th of December after the loss to Vancouver, and he made some comments that I wasn't very nice to. Basically, he said that he didn't watch the game if he wasn't in the play.
No, he said he didn't see that 4-minute power play and how it worked out. Personally, I think he's just being nice. I think he did watch it. I think he doesn't want to call out any of his players. To me, that's what a team leader is all about. Not calling out your players on national TV, but dealing with it in the locker room where there's nobody around. I don't know whether he's a good team leader or not because I'm not in the locker room, but that's the exact same way I would have done it. I would have never called out a player. I would have waited until all the reporters were gone and then gone to them personally.
But he at another point said, "Oh, I didn't see that."
Yeah, he
Not
did
just
say
the power
that.
play. So to me, he's basically saying that on the bench, I'm disengaged.
No, not necessarily. I mean, you gotta figure these guys have a lot going on in their head. Their main goal is to try to figure out what they can do the next shift they go out. It's not their job to be watching the guys on the ice when they're not playing. It's their job to figure out what they need to do once they get back out on the ice. That's the coach's job, guy. That's up to the coaches and the GMs to look at that kind of stuff.
Yeah, I do agree with that to a point, but also I remember, now I got really lucky back in 96, I think it was, maybe 95. I got to see one of the first Blues games ever at United Center in Chicago, and I got lucky and got to sit right behind the Blues bench. So
that's awesome.
So at the time, Mike Keenan was the coach,
right?
And Brett Hull was with Shanahan and was the captain. I constantly remember every time Hull came back to the bench, he was having a very vivid and livid conversation with his line mates and his teammates. And if he wasn't talking to them, he was either focused on the ice or the video board. Now, back then, video boards were just getting to the point where they were showing all the plays.
Right.
But now, the video boards are huge. And you see players all the time looking up at the replays.
Yeah.
Right? So for Steen to tell me he didn't see a play, I don't know. I just feel like, now, if that's me, the way I would have answered that is, well, I watch what's going on, and we'll talk about that with the guys in private. That's not for here. To say you didn't see it and we'll see it in the film room, to me that's he's saying I'm disengaged.
I don't know. I've seen a lot of post-game interviews with different managers in all sports, and I've heard them say the same things. Oh, I don't know what happened. I didn't see it. And the way I look at it is, like I said, they're defending their players. They don't want to call anybody out. But, you know, however anybody wants to judge that is fine with me. That's just the way I see it.
Hey, good. You know, that's great. Dog's fine, man. You gotta submit your dog for pet of the game one of these days. So let's go back to a comment you made after the Washington game. And yes, I'm from St. Louis, so I had the R in there. You said, wow, I guess they don't play for Allen. And I know you were being tongue-in-cheek.
No, I was being very facetious because Allen was in goal, and they did play great hockey.
Right? They did play good hockey with Allen. I thought Allen, even if Allen had lost that game, I still thought he was the right choice. Right?
I agree.
And the reason he was the right choice is because he had already shown that he could beat them.
Right.
And that the team played differently against them.
Right.
Right? I thought that, I did a breakdown of the Washington game. I don't know if you've seen it yet or not.
No, I have not.
So if you get a chance, go back and watch that, and we can talk about it later. Then we come to the Islander game. Now, the Islander game, I'm sitting back at this one, and I'm a little perplexed, I guess the wording would be. You know, I thought they played decently against the Islanders, and Bennington did play well. There was moments in there that the defense let him down, but he's also showing that he's a rookie.
Yeah.
Right? He's making some rookie mistakes. His 5-hole is open. He's not sealing the post.
Right.
Right? So them getting so the game goes into overtime, and everyone thinks Dunn makes a mistake, that he gives up a pass in the neutral zone.
Uh-huh.
Well, that happens. Neutral zones happen. What I looked at was happened after the play. There was no convergence on the Islanders at all. They just let the Islanders walk in free and clear.
Pretty much.
Right? And, again, this is the goal that I thought Bennington should have had.
Okay.
Right? Thoughts?
Right. Oh, I don't really remember that goal at this point, but you know, if he should have stopped it, he should have stopped it. But like I said, you know, people have this mindset that a goalie should stop every shot. Goalies are human too. They make mistakes.
Yes.
And as we've seen this whole season long, Allen has had to deal with the ineptness of the lack of consistency of the Blues forwards, the Blues defensemen. But yet, everybody wants to blame the goalie. The goalie is only one person. That's all I got on that.
Okay. So we've got a couple of minutes left. I want to talk a little bit about the Kings game. It was a 4-3 loss.
Yes.
The Blues, again, blow a 2-0 lead. But something that was very evident to me, the first goal that the Kings scored and the third goal that the Kings scored was the exact same goal. Right?
Yep, pretty much.
Defense kind of left Bennington hung out to dry. It was a pass to across the crease. No one was there to cover. Easy goals.
Right.
However, goals 2 and 4, I thought Bennington should have had.
Probably, yeah, you're right.
Right. But the Blues did fight hard. There is a problem with the defense. Do you agree or disagree with that?
Yeah, well, there's more than a problem with the defense, but that is a big problem. You're right, yes. Like I said, it's very inconsistent. They don't get back when they're supposed to. It's like they don't know where the puck is half the time. I don't know what to make of it.
Well, I'm going to grow this neutral zone. I think that until they start playing some type of block out or checking in the neutral zone, they're going to allow guys to continually come at them with speed. And if you're coming at you with speed, you're going to allow open passes and really good looks and prime scoring chances.
Well, I think in both games, I remember the play-by-play announcer or the color analyst talking about how the Blues didn't seem to be up for the speed of the Islanders or last night's game. I heard a couple times, boy, these Kings skate fast, and these Blues just don't know how to stay with it. So I don't know, maybe the Blues are a slow team. I don't know what the deal is, but it seems like any team that skates with speed, the Blues have problems with.
Yep.
That's sad.
And here's my thing with that. The solution to it is actually really easy. Maybe it's easier said than done, but the way you beat a speedy team is puck control. If they don't have the puck,
control and be physical.
If they don't have the puck, they can't use the speed.
Yeah.
Right? So the Blues...
Either that or use your body and get in the way of them.
Yeah, well, you got to be careful because of the interference rules now. Right?
Yeah.
But even that, you can still be near somebody and not hit them and disrupt the play. Right? So I'm with you on that. So real quick, we're going to play Anaheim before the All-Star break. Your prediction?
Well, I predict the Blues win. I think Allen will be in goal. I think he'll play a good game. And let's face it, Anaheim's got a good team, but they've struggled big time. But they still got a lot of depth. The Blues are going to have to play as hard as they possibly can to win, but I'm going to predict the Blues are going to win 3-1.
3-1. That's a good score, and I'll give my prediction a little later in the show.
Okay.
Last thing. I want to know if there's anybody in the groups that you would come on and want to have a debate with.
Pretty much anybody that disagrees with me, guy.
Okay.
And here's why. I hang around with hockey players. I hang around with Cam Jansen. I hang around with Mike Zook. I hang around with Reed Lowe. I hang around with Barrett Jackman. I hear things from them that most fans couldn't even think about hearing from. This is where I get all my information about hockey from. I don't have opinions about hockey because my opinions mean crap. I get my thoughts from people who actually played the game and who know what's going on. Andy Strickland's another guy who I hang out with. So people berate me because they think I know it all. But you know what? My information comes directly from the source of players and analysts who've been covering hockey and have been playing hockey for a long time. So that's, I mean, if I want to do plumbing, I'm not going to do it myself. I'm going to get a plumber. If I want to know about hockey, I'm going to hang around people who know a hell of a lot more than I do.
Okay.
You know, that's basically it.
You know what? And that's a, you know, I actually value that. I do value your opinion there, and I admit that
Thank you.
Other than playing street hockey, I'm not a, I'm just a knowledgeable, what I like to consider a knowledgeable hockey fan based on what I've seen over 40 years of watching the game. Bob, I appreciate this. Thanks for coming on. And I look forward to talking to you during the All-Star break. What I'd like to do during the All-Star break, if you're up for it, is grade the team.
Okay, I'll give it a shot.
Okay. Well, everyone, it has been an absolute thrill and honor to be here while the Hawaii Blues fan was off doing whatever he's doing since he couldn't show up today. As Allington, I just love being here and hosting the Hawaii Blues Fan Show. It's really neat. And I watch, so I know that he usually says, "Hey, Ari, what do you tell everybody?" Yeah, that's right. We say, "Let's go Blues," because Allington is bleeding blue with you. And what's her name? Kat? Do you like to sing, Kat? Can you sing us away?
When the Blues go marching in, oh, when the Blues go marching in, oh, when the Blues go marching in, oh, I want to be in that number when the Blues go marching in. Oh, when the Blues go marching in, oh, when the Blues go marching in, I want to be in that number when the Blues go marching